You are watching KAVU 25 News Now at 5.
Victoria County Commissioner's Court talked next steps to resolve drainage issues at the Victoria County Jail. Also this afternoon, a local organization is helping people in our community in need of an AC unit. We have the details for you.
And it has been quite a busy afternoon. We're tracking severe thunderstorms now in the area. We're tracking dangerous heat. And at the same time, we're also tracking the tropics. We got it all sorted out for you coming up here in just a couple of minutes. The 25 News Now at 5 starts right now.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for 25 News Now at 5. It's Monday. I'm Ozzy Morrow. Across the crossroads, fire crews worked a fire at a storage building near a home on Bobby Circle in Victoria this afternoon. At last check, the Victoria Fire Department says they knocked down the majority of the fire, and once the home was safe from the fire, fire crews were able to finish the job. No one was hurt and no other details were provided at this time. In Refugio County, we are learning new details after what deputies say they executed a narcotics search warrant at a home in Woodsboro. The Refugio County Sheriff's Office says deputies seized 28 grams of cocaine and more than $1,000 cash. Deputies say one man was arrested for manufactured delivery of a controlled substance. This morning during Victoria County Commissioner's Court, the drainage issues at the Victoria County Jail and recent heavy rainfall causing infrastructure problems was actually the top topic of the discussion. We have 25 News Now reporter Valerie Perez live in studio with an update from Commissioner's Court and the next steps to fix these issues. Valerie.
Yes, Ozzy. So these flooding and drainage issues have been so disruptive that on some heavy rain days, water has even been seeping through the walls, making it harder to keep all office space items dry. According to Victoria County Judge Ben Zeller and Sheriff Justin Marr, the building is in old condition and has needed improvements for quite some time now, especially the roof and electrical wiring. Earlier this morning, the commissioners discussed some possible solutions to the ongoing issue.
In today's Commissioner's Court, we talked in particular about the historic 1940 jail, which is right next to the courthouse here downtown. I'll be appointing a group of folks, an internal committee to analyze that. But in the weeks and months ahead, this will be something that we're looking at. Some possibilities in terms of moving those folks to some other county buildings.
The internal committee chosen will tackle on solutions for the 1940 jail infrastructure issues and other buildings within Victoria County as well. So all the 20 to 30 employees have a better office space to work out of, not dealing with any drainage or structure issues. The commissioners and Sheriff Justin Marr are looking forward to the committee's proposed solutions during the weeks coming up. Back to you.
Thank you, Valerie. Now, I want to go over the July 3rd special election. It's actually almost here. People that live in Victoria will vote for a new mayor and new representative for City Council District 3. Here are some things to go over. All Victoria residents may vote in the mayor election, but only residents of District 3 can vote in the City Council race. You must provide some form of ID in order to vote. It can be your driver's license and or passport. Early voting begins this week, Wednesday, June 16th, so close, and wraps up June 29th. Polls are open from 8 o'clock in the morning to 5 every day, except Saturdays and Sundays. The voting polls are set up at the Dr. Patty Dotson Public Health Center right here on Navarro, close by us. To learn more, come to crossroadtoday.com. We'll make sure to update you almost every single day about this. The Electric Reliability Council of Texas, or ERCOT, is asking people to reduce electric use as much as possible today until Friday. ERCOT says a significant number of forced generation outages combined with potential record electric use for the month of June has resulted in tight grid conditions. Several major state power generators are out for repairs right now. They also say the number of outages should decrease throughout the week. Today's peak load forecast may exceed the peak demand record for a June day in Texas set in 2018. We're going to keep saying this. It's hot, hot, hot. The crossroads could reach, maybe, not sure, Brian will confirm, triple digits, if not already in certain parts of the state. There are various nonprofits within our community that have cooling centers available during triple-digit weather. We have Victoria Salvation Army, Homeless Coalition, and the Office of Emergency Management says Christ Kitchen opens up to serve those in need. We also reached out to the Victoria County Long-Term Recovery Group, and they say they have free AC units available. Rick Villa with the group says people who are in need should call this number, 361-894-6264. Now, I do have to say that no one is going to pick up the phone call right now. They're not there at this moment, but you can also email Villa. Here's the email. It's rick.villa.vcltrg@gmail.com. Villa says they don't deliver, they just do pickup. He also says to leave a voicemail and someone will get back to you as soon as possible. And like I just mentioned, the Salvation Army of Victoria now has a cooling station. It's so hot out there. Salvation Army of Victoria Commanding Officer Captain Kenny Jones says their main office is at 1306 North Lewis Street. Opens a cooling center station anytime the temperatures rise above 95 degrees. And right now we're going to lead to Brian. Brian, how's it looking outside?
Right now it's 98 degrees in Victoria, but look behind me from the Victoria College Emerging Technology Complex. A lot of dark clouds out there. Of course, it feels like 108, but this temperature is going to be dropping here soon here in Victoria because we do have storms in the area. Take a look here at first warn Doppler radar. We are lit up here with showers and thunderstorms that are now beginning to move into Victoria County. Take off some of that lightning, show you the severe thunderstorm warning for Calhoun and Refugio counties. This goes until 5:45 for some gusty winds. Yeah, we'll continue to track these storms and have much more for you coming up here in just a couple of minutes. Ozzy?
All right, fast changes, fast changes. Thank you so much, Brian. Across Texas, authorities in Wise County are searching for a suspect who shot a police officer in the leg during a traffic stop over the weekend. This is who the Wise County Sheriff's Department is looking for today. We have that picture right now. It's 43-year-old Royce Wood. Investigators say Wood was involved in a home invasion-style robbery on Saturday. A deputy and a Rome police officer pulled over a motorcycle. They say Wood was driving that night. Police say Wood then got off of his bike and started shooting at the deputy and officer. At least one of the shots hit the Rome officer in the leg. Wood is considered dangerous and armed. Authorities are still investigating after one person was killed and 5 others were hurt in a small plane crash in Madisonville this morning. That's about 100 miles north of Houston. Authorities say the pilot was killed when the plane crashed as it was trying to land. The 5 people who were hurt are said to be in critical condition. The search continues this afternoon for a father who went missing on the Guadalupe River after he rescued his 2 children from a fast-moving current. This happened on Sunday on the Guadalupe River just east of Seguin. 2 children were swept away with the current. Their father went into the river to rescue them and disappeared underwater after saving the 2nd child. Another woman, 22-year-old Cassandra Kendrick, then went into the water to save the father. She was over by the fast-moving water and drowned. Her body was found yesterday under the water's surface. Now, while most Americans, people must file and pay their federal income taxes by the IRS extended May 17th deadline, that's when it extended. People across the state had about another month to go before their due date. After the unprecedented February winter storm and electricity disaster, people living in Texas earned an IRS filing extension. Taxpayers also have until tomorrow to make 2020 IRA contributions. You do not need to file an extension to take advantage of the later filing date. The extension is granted automatically based on your residency. So that actually leads us to our viewer poll for today. Here's the question for you. Have you filed your income tax? Yes, no, or you just need more time? We want to keep hearing from you. Come to our website, crossroadscity.com/vote. We'll check in with Don Brubaker at 6 o'clock. For the first time in months, a mega church in Dallas welcomed members back for in-person service. At the Potter's House in Dallas pre-COVID, there were 2 services with about 2,500 people attending. Sunday, about 400 people packed in for one in-person service. There were songs of worship and praise and lots of smiles, hugs, you name it, behind the masks. Church members say they're glad to be back, even in limited capacity.
It is amazing. Just to walk up in the building, to physically be in the building after over a year of worshiping online.
And the church did not say when they will fully reopen. Stay with us. Straight ahead on 25 News Now at 5. New details emerge as ABC News confirms in 2018, the Justice Department subpoenaed records. We'll tell you from where. Plus, why health experts warn the upcoming flu season could be severe. Attorney General Merrick Garland is vowing to Justice Department's policies around obtaining lawmakers' records. Garland's statement comes amid news that DOJ, under former President Trump, subpoenaed the personal information of Democratic members of Congress, as well as Trump's White House counsel. Here's a closer look from Washington.
The fallout continues from new revelations. The Justice Department under former President Trump took the unusual step of seizing the records of Democratic members of Congress, journalists, and even his own White House counsel. In a statement, Attorney General Merrick Garland responded to the news, saying the DOJ must strengthen its policies around obtaining records of the legislative branch and ensure political considerations do not play a role in the department's decisions. It comes amid new concerns from Democrats that the DOJ became increasingly politicized under the Trump administration.
What has happened here are fingerprints of a dictatorship, not a democracy.
At issue is a growing list of people Trump criticized who were subpoenaed by the DOJ under Trump. ABC News has confirmed a New York Times report that the department in 2018 subpoenaed records from Apple belonging to then White House counsel Don McGahn and his wife. Sources also confirmed the DOJ in 2018 seized the records of Democratic Congressman Eric Swalwell and Adam Schiff, who led the House investigation into possible collusion between Russia and President Trump's 2016 campaign. The reason for the DOJ investigation is unclear. And sources say the lawmakers, McGahn, and journalists at the New York Times, Washington Post, and CNN were unaware they were being investigated until Apple informed them last month when a gag order expired.
My biggest fear is how much data was asked for, how much data was granted, what was probable cause, what did the package look like that they presented in order to get those subpoenas or to get that data.
Now, the DOJ's Inspector General is conducting a review of the subpoenas of lawmakers and journalists. Former Attorneys General Jeff Sessions and Bill Barr have reportedly said they were unaware of the subpoenas. Democrats in Congress are calling for them to testify under oath. Elizabeth Schulze, ABC News, Washington.
The efforts to slow the spread of COVID-19 lowered the threat of flu season last year. But now experts warn that the upcoming flu season could be very severe. Here's why.
The next flu season could be particularly severe. This is the warning from health experts who say that during the pandemic, there were almost no deaths from the flu compared to previous years.
Most of the world has seen no flu season. They've seen very little circulation of other respiratory viruses as well.
According to experts, the reasons could be the measures taken against COVID-19 or that the coronavirus interfered with the flu's usual course. Richard Webby, an influenza specialist at St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital in Memphis, believes that when the flu does return, likely this fall, the impact will be bigger because our immunity has waned a bit. Webby says the upcoming flu season could be the worst we've ever had.
In terms of influenza, we're really in uncharted territory. There is this possibility that it's going to come back with a little bit more punch than perhaps we've seen over the last few years.
The theory is as we take off the masks, return to school and work, go out to restaurants and socialize like we used to, we'll be exposed to other respiratory viruses again. Experts admit that flu activity is impossible to predict, but Webby recommends you get the flu shot when it's available and practice personal hygiene.
And the washing of hands, the covering of sneezes, again, they seem to work really well against all of these respiratory viruses, including flu.
For today's Health Minute, I'm Steve Nannis.
Across the nation, the severe drought in California is creating prime conditions for wildfires and water shortages, but it's also bringing to light some discoveries. The receding waters of Lake Shasta are revealing some hidden sites for history buffs. For instance, these are the remains of a head tower that was behind the dam. It was used to help build the dam, and the remains were cut twice as the water receded, but yet they are still poking out. And people can also see more of the Salt Creek Bridge built in 1925.
And take a look here at Skycam. Look how dark those clouds are and the rain shafts that are beginning to now move into the Victoria area. We're going to track these storms as they continue to move on through. We're also tracking the dangerous heat across the area, and I'll have the latest for you going on the tropics. They're also quite active. Boy, we got an action-packed weathercast coming up for you right after this break. Stay with us. And welcome back, everybody. Take a look at First Warn Doppler radar. As we're showing you once again, we are socked in with showers and thunderstorms at this particular time. You can see a whole lot of lightning associated with these particular thunderstorms as well. And of course, the heat that we got before these storms moved on in, yeah, it's just helping to destabilize the atmosphere here across our area. Now, we do have that severe thunderstorm warning here that goes for Calhoun, Refugio, as well as Aransas County. Again, this goes until about 5:45 here across this area right now. This storm's continuing to move off here towards the south and east. But look at some of these wind gusts here. 23 miles an hour in Port Lavaca. Within the past 15 minutes, it was reporting 56 miles an hour. Looking at a wind gust right now in Victoria of 31 miles an hour. So, yeah, these storms pretty gusty. Also have some of that moderate to heavy rainfall, and also at the same time could see some frequent lightning and maybe some small hail. But here's the estimated time of arrival for some of these storms here, especially as you head over towards Allo about 5:36. Looking at Ander right around 6:01 as these storms again continue to move off here toward the south and west. Looking at as far as temperatures going right now, 94 degrees in Victoria. We've cooled off since the last time we spoke with you. We were looking at about 98 degrees, 96 in Karnes City. But look at these heat index values, well over the triple digits. Many locations got above 105 just within the short time ago. So, yeah, definitely talking about some dangerous heat going on. But, of course, the storms are now moving in the area. The clouds are out there, and that's why we're starting to see some of these numbers starting to fall. Now, again, here's what it looks like on the satellite and radar combination. Most of these storms that came from the Houston area now continuing to move into our area, and the reason why they're moving on in is high pressure. Now, remember, high pressure the last time we talked on Friday was kind of over El Paso, but now it's already moved a little bit further off toward the west, and that's what's been bringing kind of these showers and storms more in our direction. So let's talk about what's happening in the tropics. Oh, excuse me. First, before we get to the tropics, let's talk about what's going to be happening with Future Tracker here. I'm getting ahead of myself. As we go through the rest of our evening, we're going to expect those shower and storms to dwindle once we lose that daytime heating, but we still got to wait at least another few hours on that. As we get into our Tuesday afternoon, it looks like we're going to start to see more showers and thunderstorms even developing, and some of these could even linger into the early evening hours, and then they're all gone once we lose that daytime heating. Now, let's talk about the tropics. Here we go. Boy, we got a couple of active systems out there. The Hurricane Center has flagged this area, saying about a 20% chance developing over the next 5 days here. It's still far off. We'll continue to keep a close eye on this. Tropical depression number 2 formed here, and now this one's expected to become a tropical storm this evening. So if it does, it gets the name Bill. And right now it looks like the max sustained winds about 35 miles an hour and max gusts about 45. So this is going to continue to stay out over open waters, not going to be really a factor to anybody. But of course, we're definitely going to keep a close eye on what's happening in the southern Bay of Campeche. You can see a lot of cloud cover right now. Still haven't found an area of low pressure just yet, but eventually that is expected to occur. Hurricane now saying a 70% chance of development over the next 5 days as this system continues to move up toward the north. So let's show you what computer model is hinting at. This is a European model, still continuing to indicate that we'll start to see an area of low pressure developing, but it looks like right now most of our models are kind of hinting toward Louisiana at this particular time for a landfall close. It'll still suggest perhaps maybe over toward Houston, and if it does move toward Houston, we could see some effects from that, but still a whole lot of uncertainty just because the system hasn't formed just yet. So keep tuning back in with us for the latest forecasts, and eventually that'll move off toward the south and east. But as we go through this evening, we'll see temperatures dropping into the 80s with showers and thunderstorms ending, but more showers and storms expected as we get through tomorrow. And looks like our rain chance is still lingering even as we head into Friday and Saturday. For your Father's Day, as well as the first day of summer, it will be dry, but it looks like we could see another slight rain chance as we get into Monday. Up next, we've got a bit of a weather pattern, but we'll definitely keep tracking it for you as we go this couple of days. Of course, you can download the Crossroads Today app and get your latest news, weather, sports for your Apple or Android device. And don't forget, it's free. Ozzy?
It's coming close, Brian. I hear the thunder.
Yeah,
real close.
They're here.
All right, coming up, we're checking with your stocks. Plus, federal safety regulators investigate Amazon Basics products for reportedly bursting into flames. Alrighty, right, stock time Monday. Let's take a look. The Dow dropped 85 points, closing at 34,393. S&P also up 7 points, closing at 4,255. The Nasdaq up 104 points, closing at 14,174. And then oil prices dropped 3 cents, closing at $70.88 a barrel. All right, business news. Federal regulators are now investigating Amazon Electronics after some of the products reportedly burst into flames, as you can see there. The Consumer Product Safety Commission is looking into at least 8 products sold under the Amazon Basics brand. Electronics include battery chargers, surge protectors, and a voice-activated microwave that people say caught fire. Amazon at this time declined to comment on this investigation. Listen up, adventure seekers. Airstream is unveiling a new RV that you can take off-roading. Airstream introduced the Interstate 24X four-wheel drive camper van, and not only does it have tires that can handle the wilderness, but it also has other features like a light bar above the windshield and solar panels. Oh, it's pretty neat. For comfort, it can sleep 2 to 4 people and seat as many as 6. Airstream says the starting price is about $214. Stay with us. We're going to check in with Brian. That thunder is coming in hot. Plus, an ice cream brand teams up with a brewery to bring back Fudgy, the beer this Father's Day. All right, weather is happening. Now is the time. We want to invite you to experience our new digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon, Roku, Apple, and Android. Your cell phone, of course. Just search Crossroads Today Plus and make sure to download our app as well. If you like to stay away from the sun, the Friends of the Port O'Connor Library is offering a free summer reading program for all ages. So this Thursday, parents can bring their kids from 10:30 in the morning until 11:30 at 506 West Main Street in Port O'Connor. And it's free. And don't say we didn't remind you, but this upcoming Sunday is Father's Day. Carvel, an ice cream brand, teamed up with a local New York brewery for a special beer this Father's Day. Captain Lawrence Brewing released the limited edition Fudgy the beer, so it only can be shipped to certain states. I'll make sure to see if it gets to here in Texas. And actually, let's go ahead and check it with Brian because the weather. How's it looking, Brian?
Let's track those showers and thunderstorms here on First Warn Doppler radar. We continue to see a lot of lightning associated with these storms. We still have the severe thunderstorm warning for Calhoun and Refugio counties until 5:45. We've also gotten reports of some damage, especially in Port Lavaca, where some tree limbs are down and some heavy machinery was moved in somebody's lawn there. So yeah, some of these are producing some really gusty winds. So be careful out there. Of course, if you can just stay home right now for the time being until these storms pass, that's probably the best advice here. Yeah, because they're continuing to produce a lot of lightning. We got a lot of gusty winds and at the same time some moderate to heavy rainfall. So we'll continue to track this, especially as we go through the rest of our evening. Have another update for you coming up at 6 o'clock. Ozzy?
All right, before I let you go, I did have someone message me about the Fudgy beer. You can get it online and it costs $18. Have a good one. We'll see you back here at 6 o'clock.